Well, welcome to BV update number 59 for the 15th of July 2019, and what you're looking at is the completed town of Eagle Lake here on my layout. There were two major things that happened this month, one of which was me finishing this town. I wound up by making this into a four-part series for Model Railroader Video Plus called Spaces to Places 2, the building of Eagle Lake, and you can see that you'll be able to see that on Model Railroader Video Plus probably sometime in 2020. The whole series takes you from planning out the town to making the city blocks that the buildings are on, preparing the brick street that I used, and then adding all the little details like the people and the trees and whatnot. Anyway, that was one of the major things that happened, and that took up the bulk of this last month between June 15th and July 15th. The second thing was the NMRA National Convention in Salt Lake City, and I was there for that, obviously. One of the highlights was Promontory Point, or Promontory Summit, where we saw replicas of both the Jupiter and the Union Pacific 119. These were exact replicas as best they could figure it out, because there were actually no plans left and there were certainly no color photographs, so they had to rely on newspaper articles for the colors of these things. We wound up by seeing, historical things like the sign when one of the crews laid 10 miles of track in one day. We saw a replica of the Golden Spike. We saw a replica of the tie that it was there were actually 4 spikes, and I can't tell you what exactly they were. I don't remember. One of them was donated by the state of Arizona, and I think that was half silver, half gold. There was a gold spike. There were 4 spikes altogether, and we wound up by seeing replicas of all that stuff, and that was pretty cool. One of the other things that was pretty neat was a reenactment of the actual Golden Spike ceremony that happened in May of 1869. And the park folks were nice enough to run the engines for us and to do the reenactment for the NMRA, and we wound up by having some NMRA people playing some of the parts of some of the dignitaries. That was pretty cool. We saw some great layouts. Of course, I saw some clinics, and took some time to go to the Utah Natural History Museum, which was really nice. Lots of dinosaur bones and things like that. And of course, went to the banquet. So that took up a good, 10-12 days of that month between June 15th and today, July 15th. And that was how I spent my time. Anyway, so Eagle Lake is relatively finished. There's a lot of little details and places where I have to add scenery to make it match the stuff that was already on there, but regardless, this was a good month for getting stuff done. And once again, as always, I appreciate your viewing, your tuning in. Once again, hello to all the folks who said hello to me, who watched these updates while I was there at the convention, and I will see you next month.